Welcome back. There's now an at-home menopause test.
The DIY kit works like a pregnancy test and can tell a woman what stage she's in: premenopause, perimenopause, or postmenopause. Dr. Juliana Arena is a double board-certified doctor from Harvard who specializes in women's health. She joins us live. We're so glad to have you here on Houston's Morning Show. Doctor, what do you think about this new menopause test? Do you think it is necessary, important?
I think what's more important is having a conversation with your physician. And really, menopause is a time all women are going to go through it. It really needs to be customized. So yes, we need to test and not guess, but it's really more inclusive about lifestyle. What is going on with our nutrition? What is going on with our sleep? Our body, what is going on with our hormones, what are our symptoms? So we really need to take a whole body approach. Yes, we need to test, but one test isn't necessarily going to give us, a quick answer and a quick solution. It's really a multi-modality approach.
It seems like hot flashes are the biggest one that you hear people talking about, but what are some other symptoms?
Right, so hot flashes, night sweats, issues with the vagina, vaginal dryness, burning, pain with intercourse, bladder issues, as well as mood issues, irritability, cognitive decline, brain fog. The list goes on and on and on. And I've certainly learned working with my patients, I never say never if there's a new symptom that it's not related to menopause.
A lot of people think of menopause as starting in their 50s, but some women experience it at a much younger age. Are there any alarm bells that go off in your head if a woman does start menopause, is in actual menopause in her early 40s?
Sure, because our hormones are chemical messengers of life. If there's changes in them, that's a signal that something is going on with our bodies. Our hormones protect our brain, our bones, our heart. So if things are shifting earlier, it's a really good idea to seek out your doctor, have that conversation, see what's going on, get some testing so that those things can be addressed sooner rather than later.
A new article came out recently that was just talking about this billion-dollar industry of all these different treatments and that the majority of them don't work. So what does work that you see that really helps your patients be able to live, I want to say, a normal life where they feel well and they're happy with how they feel?
Right, and I may not be liked for this, but a lot of it has to do with our lifestyle, right? We sort of go, go, go. We need to optimize the foods we're putting in our body. We need to move our body. We need to sleep, and we need to work on our stress. Our stress can actually play a role with our hot flashes and our night sweats. So really looking at the whole picture is key. There's not, I think, a one simple solution or a magic pill. Everyone needs to test and see what's going on with them. Can hormone and hormone replacement therapy be a factor? Absolutely. And I've seen great success, but it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
So what are some non-hormonal therapies then for menopause that you think actually work?
Sure. There's new technology, great technology coming out for vaginal health. There's sound wave therapy that really helps with frequency and intensity of orgasm, with vaginal pain, with urinary issues. And those are things that weren't available, 5-10 years ago for women. So I think the fact that the technology is improving, that we are talking more about it and having conversations are key.
I think a lot of women might be fearful of hormone therapy because they heard that it could increase their risk of breast cancer or uterine cancer. How do you work with patients through that? And then there are certainly different types of hormones that you really need to make sure you know the difference, right?
Absolutely. I think we all at this point are familiar with, the Women's Health Initiative, over 20 years ago, that sort of put the halt on the benefits of hormone therapy. And there have been several studies and several, evaluations of that. And really, hormone replacement therapy, it can be very beneficial, but customized to the individual. What are their, family history and their risks? What are their lifestyle issues and complications? But I do believe there is a role for hormone therapy. You really need to find a doctor who is an expert, who is seasoned and educated in that, and can have that one-on-one conversation and make a plan.
All right, Dr. Arena, thank you so much for joining us here on Houston's Morning Show. It's the topic that gets overlooked a lot when we're talking about women's health, but we want to talk about it more. It helps a lot of viewers. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.